Many of you requested a video on the Proverbs of Mamma Margaret. Asking you shall receive. Be warned, these proverbs may change your entire way of thinking.
The Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco, a project of America Needs Fatima. I'm your host, Adrian Fonseca. Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Welcome to the Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco. I'm Adrian Fonseca. These videos exist to share timeless wisdom from St. John Bosco that can transform your spiritual life today. Mamma Margaret was born in 1788 into a farming family, and she never learned to read or write. When her husband died in 1817, she was left alone to raise 3 boys in crushing poverty. Yet through her faith in 5 powerful proverbs, she raised a saint. We already have videos about her life story. This one is specifically about her wisdom and what it means for you. Later in this video, I'll tell you about something we've created specifically to bring this kind of wisdom into your home every other month. Today's proverbs come from a collection by Natalie Cerato titled Proverbs Used by Mamma Margaret, Don Bosco's mother. These are her actual words, passed down through the biographical memoirs of St. John Bosco. Mamma Margaret didn't separate spiritual life from regular life. She understood that every moment, every task, and every struggle is an opportunity to grow closer to God. That's the thread that's running through all her proverbs. Let me show you what I mean. Proverb number 1. You must learn to use your hands and head if you want to earn your daily bread. In Piedmontese, it literally translates to, if you can't cut your fingernails with both hands, you'll never earn your bread. What does this mean? From childhood, John Bosco learned carpentry, tailoring, hairdressing, metalworks, and farming. When he was home from seminary during the holidays, he spent his time working with a lathe and plane, mending clothes, repairing boots, and preparing wine casks. At Valdoco, when a young boy ran to Mamma Margaret asking her to sew a button on his jacket, she would hand him a needle and thread instead. You must try to learn to do things by yourself. Later, Don Bosco established workshops to teach his street boys practical trades, helping them to gain the dignity of supporting themselves and of serving others. What skill can you develop to serve God and others better? Proverb number 2. Some people are ticklish and others are not. Some hearken to conscience, some care not a jot. We could translate it as, conscience is like a tickle. Some feel it, and some don't. Your conscience is God's voice within your soul. The more you listen to it, the clearer it becomes. The more you ignore it, the quieter it gets. Mamma Margaret taught her sons that conscience should guide all their actions. When she caught a boy stealing from the oratory kitchen, she would remind him with this saying. This became the foundation of life at Valdoco. The boys learned to do good and avoid evil, not out of fear of punishment, but from respect for God and obedience to their consciences. On her deathbed, Mamma Margaret would say with peace, My conscience is at rest. I have done my duty and all that I could. Are you listening to yours? Proverb number 3. When severe correction wounds the heart, then the balm of kindness you must impart. A less poetic rendering might be, after the wound, always apply the remedy. You see, correcting without kindness crushes people. Kindness without correction enables them. True love does both. When a boy at the oratory received a serious scolding or punishment, Mamma Margaret would check on him. She would make sure that he wasn't left to stew in his anger. Instead, she helped him to understand why the correction was needed and assured him that he was still loved. Don Bosco based his entire preventative system on this principle. When you correct your children, employees, or even yourself, do you follow up with words of encouragement, or do you leave wounds to fester? Proverb number 4. Round is the earth, and deep is the sea, and ships badly piloted, sunken will be. This means you can't just wing it in life. Life demands wisdom, prudence, and careful navigation. There are no shortcuts to holiness or anything that's truly worthwhile. Mamma Margaret used this proverb to remind impulsive boys that life requires skill and effort. But there's a remarkable twist to this story. When John considered becoming a Franciscan friar, the parish priest warned Mamma Margaret, "You are getting old and not wealthy. If John becomes a religious, how will he provide for your needs?" Mamma Margaret went to John and said, "You must pray and decide. I can manage without you, but remember one thing. If you are ordained a priest and become wealthy, I shall never cross your doorsteps. In this matter, you must not consider me. God must have the first place." That's the wisdom you need. Prudence that puts God first, even when it costs you dearly. This prompts us to ask ourselves, am I choosing worldly wisdom over God's call? Proverb number 5. Time moves on quite unrelenting. Death soon follows, unrepenting. Do past and present us arraign? And is our future joy or pain? In the original Piedmontese, it could also be translated as, time passes, death comes. Blessed are those who have done good. Here's why this should wake you up. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. Every day you delay doing good is a day lost forever. Mamma Margaret woke her children early every morning with this mindset. Life is short, and there's precious little time for doing good. John Bosco never forgot. He told his boys, "Do not put off till tomorrow what can be done today." On the door of his room, he wrote, "Every second of time is a treasure." The question that should haunt us, how are you using your time right now? What good are you putting off until tomorrow? Mamma Margaret saw heaven in the harvest, holiness in the hammer, salvation in the sewing needle. She knew there was no secular life over here and sacred life over there. There's only your life, and whether you're living it for God or for yourself. Before we continue, it would be very helpful for souls if you would hit that like button. Your engagement with our videos helps promote these messages to more people. So subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on these life-changing stories. But most importantly, and I truly mean this, share this video. Send it to a parent who needs encouragement. Share it in your parish group. Post it on your Facebook wall. These proverbs changed the world once through John Bosco. They can do it again through you. And if you want to hear more of Mamma Margaret's proverbs, be sure to leave a comment saying, "We would like more of Mamma Margaret's proverbs." Mamma Margaret died on November 25th, 1856, but her wisdom endures forever. True wisdom recognizes the eternal in the everyday. Reading her proverbs make me reflect on where in my life am I treating ordinary moments as if they don't matter to God. Mamma Margaret would tell you, every moment is sacred, every task is spiritual. Every day is a chance to do good before time runs out and death comes calling. So here's my final question for you. What will you do differently today because of what you've learned? Will you work with greater purpose? Will you listen to your conscience? Will you correct with more kindness? Will you put God first? Will you use your time more wisely? Are you doing God's will or your own? Remember, these proverbs worked in the fields of 19th century Piedmont and in the streets of industrial Turin, and they work today, wherever you are, whatever you're facing. Also, if you're interested in learning more about Mamma Margaret and how she raised a saint through incredible hardships, click on the video appearing on your screen right now. We have a complete playlist with over 18 videos exploring her methods, struggles, and triumphs. St. John Bosco, pray for us. Mamma Margaret, pray for us. May God bless you and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you.